So, the topic of today is going to be boundaries, a very, very important one. I think boundaries and setting them is one of the healthiest way that you can navigate a relationship. I don't think people have issues with setting boundaries. I think people have issues with what happens after they set a boundary. Say, for example, that someone is criticizing you, giving definitions about who you are, speaking things that you're not comfortable with, or you're having like a disagreement with a loved one or a family or friend. It's really healthy to stand up and speak for yourself and give your opinion. It's how you stay truthful to yourself. When someone doesn't quite understand your point of view, or they keep crossing your boundary, they disagree with you, they just want to stick to their opinion, and they just keep like asking you to over explain, is where usually people get the concept of boundaries wrong. The reason the concept of boundaries is misunderstood, and trust me, I was one of those people, is because we feel uncomfortable setting a boundary and simply walking away. Especially if you were raised in an environment in your childhood, or maybe you are surrounded by such types of people where you have to give an explanation for every single decision that you make. Maybe you're used to over explaining yourself or giving justification for every single action that you take. So, naturally, when you set a boundary, your nervous system is wired in such a way that it wants to keep over explaining, over speaking, because you feel uncomfortable simply saying, "This is my opinion," or "This is how I feel," or just walking away. Your nervous system is not prepared for that. The issue with that is that very often we get stuck in the same vicious cycle of over explaining our truth or proving our point to others, even when that becomes unnecessary or unproductive. The issue with that is you disagree with someone, for example, they disagree with you, then you disagree back, and that is a never ending cycle and it doesn't lead to anything good. Something that will save you a lot of time and energy is when you give and set a boundary, you really don't have to prove yourself over and over again. There's nothing wrong with explaining your point of view if you feel like doing it, but where it becomes wrong is if you have to prove over and over again what you're saying to the other person and you just see that the point just simply isn't landing. What helps next is the art of staying unbothered and just detaching. Detaching simply means that even if you're misunderstood, you're okay with being misunderstood because you don't expect everyone else to agree with you, and that's completely okay. Follow for more of the same content.